One by one, the ministers starting to take charge. Brand new team of Modi checking in. After taking oath yesterday, since today morning, there's been heightened activity at different government offices. The first to take charge was Anurag Thakur, the young Neta, newly appointed Information and Broadcasting Minister. Also the Sports Minister after Anurag Thakur then was followed by Ashwini Vaishnav. Ashwini Vaishnav has taken charge of two key ministries, the Railways and the Information Technology. Also, India's new law minister is Kiran Rijiju, earlier who was the sports minister. But of course, the most important portfolio came with regard to the health. After Dr. Harshvardhan put forth his resignation, Mansukh Mandavia will now be spearheading India's COVID fight. Also, Hardeep Singh Puri assuming office as the petroleum minister, and other ministers also will be meeting at the BJP headquarters very soon.
What I'm saying is, whatever charge comes to us, whatever responsibility is assigned, we have to discharge it with full commitment. We are collective, people working together as a team. So these are collective responsibilities. As a member of the Council of Ministers, we all are part of the same team.
सूचना प्रसारण मंत्रालय के माध्यम से हम कैसे और जन जन तक पहुंच पाएं और क्या-क्या काम जो पीछे मुझसे पूर्व बहुत बड़े लोगों ने यहाँ पर किए हैं उनको मैं भी आगे बढ़ा पाऊं। जो जिम्मेदारी माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने मुझे दी है, मैं उस पर खरा उतरने का हर संभव प्रयास करूंगा। जो विश्वास व्यक्त किया है उस पर खरा उतरने का प्रयास करूंगा।
प्रधानमंत्री श्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी, हमारे पार्टी के अध्यक्ष श्री नड्डा जी, गृह मंत्री अमित शाह जी को तहे दिल से धन्यवाद अर्पित करना चाहता हूं। जो जिम्मेदारी उन्होंने मुझे दी है, पूरी लगन से, पूरी निष्ठा से और पूरी क्षमता से इस जिम्मेदारी को निभाने की मैं कोशिश करूंगा। और मुझे आशा है कि जो अपेक्षाएं हैं उन अपेक्षाओं पर मैं खड़े उतरूं। मेहनत, मशक्कत और उसी भाव के साथ कार्य करूंगा जिस तरीके से मैंने पिछले 15-20 साल जनसेवा में कार्य किया है।
प्रधानमंत्री जी ने मुझे स्वास्थ्य मंत्रालय की जिम्मेवारी दी गई है। स्वास्थ्य मंत्री के रूप में प्रधानमंत्री जी की अपेक्षा के अनुसार मैं काम करने की कोशिश करूंगा।
I thank Honorable Prime Minister for giving me this very big responsibility. Railways is a subject which is very close to Honorable Prime Minister's heart. His vision is huge and I will work hard to implement his vision. Railways is already last 7 years, lots of good work has been done and it will be my responsibility to take it forward.
मोदी जी का आदेश पर जो भी टूरिज्म का हो, कल्चर का हो, जो काम हो वो पूरा काम करेंगे।
Ashutosh Mishra, Kamaljeet Sandhu reporting for all the latest on the same one by one. Remember, new and old faces taking charge. Kamaljeet, you in fact interviewed Meenakshi Lekhi, G. Kishan Reddy, Kiran Rijiju, the new law minister. So is there a lot of heightened activity? What are you expecting? What are they telling you? All I could notice was all of them being very cautious, at least on the first day.
Yes, it's a big start and fresh faces being given opportunity. Some of them old faces but given a bigger opportunity. We are standing at Shram Shakti Bhavan. We do expect Rajiv Chandrasekhar as well as Dharmendra Pradhan to come over and take charge very shortly. But red carpet has already been laid. There are flowers which have been decked up at G. Kishan Reddy's place. We also saw there were priests who had come for the entire puja. So clearly it's going to be an auspicious start. But many believe that this is also going to be an Agni Pariksha of sorts, a test by fire. We also have to see how the performance is going to be. Because if anything is to go by, 20% of the ministers who were dropped is a clear indication that this is a time. And let me try and see if Rajiv Chandrasekhar, yes, he has arrived. And we'll just try and get him.
Yes.
The MOS Skill Development Asmeti. Sir, you're live on India Today. Do tell us, you've been given 2 charges. How do you plan to have an auspicious beginning?
By working very hard, by living up to the confidence that the Prime Minister has in me. Beyond that, today is the first day for me to take charge here as the Minister of State. and I hope to work hard to meet the expectations that the Prime Minister has of me and the ministry.
You know, a lot of youth have lost jobs. People are looking for skills. It's a mammoth task. How do you plan to kind of take things forward?
I think it's too early for me to start talking about plans and things like that. Today is the first day for me just to come here and familiarize myself with the ministry and the team that is working here. They've been doing a very good job so far, and I just want to meet them today. We have many more days left for me to unveil my ideas and my thoughts and the team's ideas and thoughts.
You are very social media savvy. You also have METI as charge. We have also seen a lot of conflict where Twitter has been asked to appoint an officer. We're seeing how several Twitter handles have been flagged. How is it going to be? Is it going to be a liberal policy that you would want to carry forward, or do you think there is a middle path or a stringent policy which needs as far as social media is concerned?
Look, the word on this has been said before and will be said again. The laws of this land will have to be respected by everybody. Beyond that, I think you should give time for the new minister of METI and the team there to make our points and points of view known to you. So I would request some patience to give us some time to get adjusted and to get used to this new responsibility, and then we'll spend time with you.
It's day one. Congratulations to you. Look forward to keeping in touch with you. And here it is. You can see the flowers, the bouquets. It's a warm welcome by the staffers, by officers. And yes, Rajiv Chandrasekhar there going inside, taking charge. India Today getting you the first interview since he takes charge. An important day for a lot of them. But remember, it's going to be their key performance which will carry forward Modi government's agenda well into several assembly elections in 2022 and the big elections of 2024.
Thank you so much. Catching the Neta just as he got out of his vehicle, not leaving that chance. Kamaljeet getting the first word from Rajiv Chandrasekhar. Ashutosh Mishra has also been tracking all the Netas. Ashutosh, it's also not just about people who are taking charge today, isn't it? It's also about the senior faces who were asked to resign. It is also about the opposition attacking the government, saying, well, you know, this is just a deflection of sorts. You're trying to distract us. So a big day for the Modi government, but the opposition continues to attack the government, saying this is simply a distraction.
Well, this is not less than Agni Pariksha for this entire new faces that have been given job. And also the appraisal that have been given to the minister, those who are from the MOS to the cabinet. But yes, opposition will keep an eye, and particularly this Agni Pariksha comes when there are 5 states going to be, you know, for the assembly polls early next year by January end or maybe February 1st or 2nd week. And subsequently there will be 2 more elections later that next year. That will be in Gujarat. Followed by particularly Gujarat, which is going to be the key state for the BJP. So here, when there is a price hike, there is a daily, you know, high surge in the fuel price hike. That's also impacting the livelihoods because it also affects the transportation and other mediums. So all these challenges, particularly those new ministers and the kind of, we have seen the mismanagement, particularly as being said, that was the reason why Harshvardhan have been removed. So we have a new health minister, and third wave is awaited now. Kind of the tragedy that we're seeing several parts, particularly the tourists, the way they are doing it. So it may invite further third wave up. So clearly there will be key ministries, particularly like health, transportation, petroleum, where they will invite, this criticism from the opposition camp, and that's exactly why, because soon the farmers have announced they are going to protest. The opposition has announced they are going to hit the street on the fuel prices hike. So that is now the challenging days are ahead, and that's exactly seems to be the reason why the newly taken ministers are completely tight-lipped, not speaking really much, very restricted words that's being used for now. Seems that all wants to understand first their department, their job, and their challenges, and soon there will be, of course, war of words between both opposition and the ruling party.
And of course, like he's mentioning, Ashutosh, it's correct. It is also a test. It's not just changing names. COVID fight and also several other assignments there at task for the new ministers. Thank you so much, Kamaljeet Sandhu, Ashutosh Mishra, with all the latest. Now, remember, for now, these were just the male faces that we put forth and what they have to say. There was also Nari Shakti on full display in Prime Minister Modi's new cabinet. After last meeting with regard to the oath ceremony as well, the representation of women, take a look at there on your screen, in Prime Minister Modi's cabinet has increased. From 5 women representatives earlier, 11 ministers are now there in the union cabinet. It is the highest number of women ministers in the union government since 2004. This after as many as 7 new women ministers were inducted into the cabinet yesterday. Some of them already started taking charge. The first to assume office was Minister of State for External Affairs, Meenakshi Lekhi.
हर चीज़ के अंदर महिलाओं का अपना एक पर्सपेक्टिव होता है और विदेश नीति में अगर महिलाओं को इंट्रोड्यूस किया है प्रधानमंत्री जी ने और उसके अलावा इतनी बड़ी जिम्मेदारी तमाम महिलाओं को दी है, एक बहुत बड़ी संख्या में महिलाओं को इंडक्ट किया गया है, तो सोच यही है कि अभी तक लोग सशक्तिकरण की बात करते थे, महिला सशक्तिकरण की बात करते थे और प्रधानमंत्री जी सशक्त महिलाओं को जिम्मेवारी देकर भारत को सशक्त करने की बात कर रहे हैं। यही पुरानी नीति और अब की नीति में अंतर है।
महिला सशक्तिकरण का बात भाषण नहीं है, ये करने वाला बात है। इसलिए मोदी जी महिला मंत्रिमंडल बनाया, पार्टी में दायित्व देने का वादा किया, ऐसे अभी भी काम कर रहे हैं। 11 मंत्री हम मंत्रिमंडल में हैं, इसमें बड़ा बड़ा दायित्व दिलवाया। फाइनेंस मिनिस्टर है, ये सभी बड़ा मंत्रिमंडल, मुझे तो किसान मंत्रालय दिया है। ऐसे अच्छा काम करने वाले को अच्छा दायित्व देके वो काम करने का सीखना है, मोदी जी से सीखना है।
And in the evening today, remember, there's going to be a meeting with the Prime Minister first of the new cabinet at about 5 p.m. Then the Council of Ministers at about 7 p.m. This is a big shake-up. There are a number of key portfolios that will have new faces now, including Health Ministry, Law, Information and Technology, Railways Ministry also are some of the portfolios where the faces have changed hands. With the induction of 36 new ministers, the total strength of the Council of Ministers has now risen to 78 in total. 12 sitting ministers, big names like Ravi Shankar Prasad, Dr. Harshvardhan, Ramesh Pokhriyal Nishank and Prakash Javadekar have been dropped from the cabinet. So who's the health minister after Dr. Harshvardhan? Mansukh Mandavya has taken charge today in the morning. Remember, he'll be facing the fight of COVID-19. There's Kiran Rijiju, Anurag Thakur, who've been elevated to the cabinet rank for law and IB. Jyotiraditya Scindia also among the prominent new faces in the cabinet. And of course, different faces have now been given responsibilities. Dharmendra Pradhan, now an education minister, and his earlier petroleum ministry given to Hardeep Singh Puri.
ये तो परीक्षा की घड़ी है, परीक्षा की घड़ी है और देखे हुए कि मैं शपथ ग्रहण लेकर आया तो सबसे बड़े भैया के चरण में मैं आशीर्वाद लिया और माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी ने जो मुझ पर इतना विश्वास जताया है, मुझ पर यकीन किया है कि पहली बार चुनाव जीत के आने वाला व्यक्ति को उन्होंने भारत सरकार का कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर बनाया है। मैं कोटि कोटि उनको प्रणाम करता हूं, मैं उनका आभार व्यक्त करता हूं।
ये कार्यकर्ता के लिए एक गौरव का बात है क्योंकि मैं पार्टी के लिए 30 साल से काम किया। एक कार्यकर्ता को पार्टी क्या करते है इसको मैं उदाहरण हूँ। हमको जिम्मेदारी दिया है, हम काम करके दिखाएंगे।
6 महीने पहले मुझे राज्यसभा का पहली बार सांसद बनाया और पहले ही विस्तार में मुझे मंत्रिमंडल में शामिल करने का जो पार्टी का निर्णय सरकार का रहा है, मेरे लिए बहुत ही खुशी की बात है। यूपी बड़ा प्रदेश है, जब आप जनसंख्या के आधार पर उसे मानेंगे तो कोई बड़ा इसको हम हिस्सेदारी नहीं कह सकते, उसके अनुपात में हमको शेयर मिला है और मैं कह सकता हूँ उत्तर प्रदेश के लिए इतना सम्मान हमारी सरकार ने और पार्टी ने दिया है, ये हमारे लिए सौभाग्य है।
आज पार्टी ने जो दायित्व मुझे मंत्री पद का सौंपा है, मैं उसके लिए माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी को धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करना चाहता हूं और ये विश्वास दिलाना चाहता हूं कि जिस आशा और विश्वास के साथ उन्होंने ये दायित्व मुझे सौंपा है, उस दायित्व को मैं ठीक ढंग से निर्वहन करने का प्रयास करूंगा।
So who all got the big promotion in this cabinet? My colleague Akshita Nandagopal with all the big names now here with the details.
Here's a look at all the ministers who've been promoted, who've been elevated in this cabinet. Kiren Rijiju from MOS charge is now a union minister of cabinet rank. He's been given the charge of the Law and Justice Ministry. Anurag Thakur from MOS Finance is now the Information and Broadcasting Minister as well as the Youth Affairs and Sports Minister. Hardeep Singh Puri was the Civil Aviation Minister. From that, he's now been made the Petroleum and Urban Affairs Minister. G. Kishan Reddy, MOS Home earlier, now Culture, Tourism, Development of Northeast region are the ministries he will be holding. Now the big name, Mansukh Mandavia, the ministry everyone's watching, Health Ministry is under him, Chemicals and Fertilizers, also to ensure ministries of a common domain is under one minister. Parshottam Rupala is another leader who's been elevated. The Fisheries and Animal Husbandry Ministry is with him. Finally, you have R.K. Singh, who's been given charge of the Power Ministry and New and Renewable Energy. So these are the names who've performed well according to the Prime Minister and hence have been elevated or promoted.
But all eyes were also on one young face. The close aide of Rahul Gandhi, earlier now a BJP minister, Jyotiraditya Scindia, is also following his father's footsteps. He has been appointed the Civil Aviation Minister, the same ministry that was held by his father, Madhav Rao Scindia, 30 years ago. And interestingly, it appears that their political journey also has a striking resemblance. Here's more.
An illustrious father, a flamboyant son.
मैं ज्योतिरादित्य माधवराव सिंधिया
30 years apart, Jyotiraditya Scindia following his father, Maharaja of Gwalior Madhav Rao's footsteps. Bagging the very portfolio of civil aviation which was nurtured by Scindia Senior from 1991 to 1993. Aptly rewarded for delivering Madhya Pradesh to the BJP with his coup which upstaged Kamal Nath's government. Jyotiraditya's feat is similar to his father in more ways than one. Madhav Rao Scindia, who was a long-time Gandhi family loyalist, had also turned a rebel against the Congress. Both the Scindias served as union ministers before assuming the charge of the all-important Civil Aviation Ministry. Madhav Rao served as a railways minister in the Rajiv Gandhi government, while Jyotiraditya had served as a minister of communication and information technology in the Manmohan Singh government. Madhav Rao had worked as a Jan Sangh leader before joining the Congress after the emergency crackdown by the Indira Gandhi regime. Jyotiraditya joined the BJP after complaining of neglect by the Gandhi family. Political similarities aside, both are viewed as sophisticated, suave and articulate by their peers. Jyotiraditya may want the similarities to end though, since the senior Scindia saw a tumultuous time as aviation minister, facing agitation by Indian Airlines staff and finally quitting over a plane crash in which no one had died.
मैं ज्योतिरादित्य माधवराव सिंधिया ईश्वर की शपथ लेता हूँ.
The Gwalior royalty has his task cut out, taming the loss-making Air India, ironically monikered Maharaja, and fighting the COVID-induced turbulence in the aviation sector. Bureau Report, India Today.
The Congress party has clearly led the charge against the overhaul of Prime Minister Modi's cabinet. They're lashing out at the Prime Minister, calling the reshuffle an attempt to distract and hide failures of the government. Congress has launched this attack directly at Prime Minister Narendra Modi's door as well. Party spokesperson Randeep Surjewala has said that if performance was the criteria for the cabinet rejig, then Prime Minister Modi should have been the first one to be removed from this position. Also, opposition in Rajya Sabha, the leader of opposition, Mallikarjun Kharge, has claimed that several Dalits and backward caste leaders have been inducted only because there are upcoming state elections. NCP has targeted Modi government, saying that mere change of team will not hide the failures of the captain.
अब चुनाव आए हैं, चुनाव के दृष्टिकोण में ये सारी चीजें वो कर रहे हैं. कई बार भर्ती करने के लिए या अपने लोगों को दिखाने के लिए और लोगों को भ्रमित करने के लिए ऐसी चीजें करते हैं। तो ये होना चाहिए कि अगर उनके दिल में खास इसी की उनके लिए जगह है तो ये चीज वो 2 साल पहले भी कर सकते थे।
जिस तरह से मोदी जी ने अपने कैबिनेट का विस्तार किया, एक बड़ा कुंभा उन्होंने खड़ा कर लिया है और कुछ लोगों को हटाया गया कि वे लोग कोविड कंट्रोल करने में नाकाम रहे। जो श्रम मंत्री हैं, मजदूरों के प्लान को लेके उन्हें हटाया गया। ये सारा बदलाव, अगर टीम बदली जाती है, टीम विफल हो गई तो कप्तानी विफल है। टीम बदल देने से कप्तान की विफलता छुपाई नहीं जा सकती।
कैबिनेट का एक्सपेंशन बहुत दिन से रुका था, हो गया है जरूर। जैसे रविशंकर प्रसाद जी हमेशा मास्टर स्ट्रोक मोदी जी का मास्टर स्ट्रोक का संदर्भ देते थे, तो मास्टर स्ट्रोक का हमला उनके ऊपर ही हुआ है। रविशंकर प्रसाद, प्रकाश जावड़ेकर, थावरचंद गहलोत जैसे पुराने मंत्री को घर जाना पड़ा है, नए चेहरे आए हैं, लेकिन जरूर उनकी काबिलियत देखकर उनको मिनिस्ट्री में लिया होगा।